Arguing over life philosophies is a waste of time. To me, that's a fact and not an opinion. Arguing over life philosophies is a waste of time. That's something I've always sort of been aware of. But yet it's in my nature to want to challenge thought so that maybe I can even challenge my own and that I can grow as a person. And I think perhaps a misconception about a lot of my videos is people think that I am trying to convince them to what I believe, when really I'm just trying to understand their beliefs better. And so, let it be known, it would be boring for me to try to convince someone against what they believe. For example, abortion. I get it. People who believe that abortion should be legal, you're not going to change their mind with anything you say. I know that. So I'm not trying to convince anyone who is in favor and has no moral dilemma when it comes to abortion. I can't convince them otherwise. I know that. That would be a waste of my time if I made a video telling people why abortion is morally wrong. That's a waste of time. Why? Because it's arguing about life philosophies. The same thing goes on in American politics, as I've said it so many times. It's like Pong, right? With Republicans and Democrats. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing ever gets done. It's this side against this side. That's a prime example of it. So for me, I'm very skeptical if there's two choices, I'm very skeptical in choosing a side, because chances are there's going to be a lot that I agree on both sides, and I can identify with a little bit of both, even though I disagree with both. And I think that's why it's in my nature to pull back and ask questions. That's why a lot of my videos focus on a Christian asking asking questions to people who are atheist and agnostic. I'm not trying to convert them, but I do want to understand where they're coming from. I think that's very important. For me, so much of my obsession is about emotional intelligence. I think you can get so much further in life if you understand yourself very well, but you also understand other people, what motivates them, what encourages them, what makes them afraid, what is their value system, how's it different from mine, because I can communicate better with them if I understand where they're coming from. It's funny, one of the most popular criticisms I get here on this channel, people will say, and I get this nearly on a daily basis, people say, Nick, you should have done better research before making a video on that topic. That's perhaps the number one criticism I get on this channel. But you know why that is? If people say something about you enough, you have to assume it must be true at some point. And I do know that. That's why that perception exists. The reason people perceive that I don't do my research, and here's my honest answer, I don't do my research. You know what my research is? These videos, this YouTube channel was created so that someone who is arguably ignorant to many things about the world and other belief systems can have somewhat of a human experience in understanding that, instead of just Googling it. Well, okay, here's the general consistency of it. You know what, though, that's not good enough for me. I want more of a conversation. I want comments to be left, not that I can argue back with people, but that I can learn from them and maybe make some follow-up videos and understand that better. But yeah, I definitely believe it's a waste of time if you're trying to argue about life philosophies. You're never going to win. It's just a waste of time. You're never going to convince the other person. Why? And I've said it many times, identity protective cognition. Anything you believe that's part of your core value system, when you hear someone say something against it, what they're saying, even if it's true, is only confirming what you already believe, because you get defensive, and so do they. That goes nowhere. So I want to be known as the guy who's very aware of that, and instead asks questions from people who understand things better than I do about certain things. I'm an expert on certain things, and so are you. So is everybody. That's the beauty of this channel. That's the motive of this channel. So just to be clear, I, of all people, understand that arguing, debating about life philosophies is a complete waste of time. And hopefully you can, now that you know this perspective, you can see what I'm actually trying to do here. I'm trying to understand other people better. That way I can communicate with the general population better, I can become enlightened. But no, I'm not here to impose my beliefs on anyone. I'm here to ask questions. And if you ask me a question, I'll explain my perspective in hopes that you're as curious to and open-minded about someone else's beliefs, but not in fear that I'm trying to impose my beliefs on you. Arguing and debating about life philosophies is a waste of time. And if you'd like to debate me on that, leave a comment right here.